From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Wednesday morning. Right now you're taking a live look at Richland. This view coming courtesy of the Legends Casino and Hotel. This camera not moving at all, and that is in stark contrast to what it looked like just 24 hours back. The camera was really shaking as we had some very strong wind gusts across the map, and now they're just gusting out of the south, upwards of 20 miles per hour in the southern blues. Temperatures are colder as opposed to yesterday morning. We're up into the 20s in the Cascades, below freezing in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, right around freezing in the lower Columbia Basin, and we're mostly above freezing in the Blue Foothills. So you might need the ice scraper in the lower Columbia Basin or in the Kittitas or Yakima valleys, and also, of course, up in the mountains. Here's a coldcast for today for the Tri-Cities. Heavy jacket stuff for this morning, but a little bit later today, light jacket weathers will end up in the mid-50s. Lots of sunshine, more days just like that as we head into Thursday and Friday and Saturday. It's going to be a little chance of mountain snow from Sunday through Tuesday. That storm system not looking all that impressive for now, and overall keeping it pretty mild over the next 7 days. And I'll have that hour-by-hour forecast for your Wednesday coming up a little bit later in the show on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, surging egg prices impacting businesses across the country. And the co-owner of a local bakery says those increases might impact her prices. We have the implications there when we coming up.
And we are learning more about a large plane that had to divert to the Yakima airport earlier this week, with the details on what exactly happened.
Also ahead, the House voted to approve a blueprint for a budget plan, but this could impact people who rely on Medicaid. We have what you need to know on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Wednesday, February 26th, and we want to take you to Walla Walla to start your morning, where the Board of County Commissioners there has issued an emergency declaration due to possible flooding in the county.
Now, this comes as the emergency declaration for flooding in Waitsburg expires, and at this time, city officials say levels of the Touchy River and Cope Creek have receded to manageable levels. The declaration was made until a setback levee was built to prevent water from coming through a private levee. That levee still had a gap, and according to officials, that's where most of the water came through during the flood of 2020.
Well, a Seattle judge has issued a preliminary injunction against President Trump's executive order that suspends refugee services. Now, Trump signed the order last month, and it halted admission and federal funding for resettlement agencies. Now, the DOJ says more than 600,000 people are going through the refugee process, and an official says that it is expensive, and suspending the services are in the interest of the country.
And we are learning more today about a large Delta Airlines plane that was forced to divert to the Yakima Air Terminal Monday afternoon. And this you're about to see on your screen is a time-lapse video of the plane originating from Atlanta on the Yakima tarmac shortly after it landed. Its original destination was to Portland. We spoke with Yakima Airport's Director of Operations, who says the plane had to divert because of extreme wind in the Portland-Vancouver metro area. Unfortunately, due to the crew meeting the end of their duty day, passengers stayed in Yakima until late in the night.
And it was a good safety call. You know, the Delta pilot made the right call. I know there's been a lot of concerns with the public for safety lately. And those high wind conditions are not conducive to a safe landing. The Delta Airlines made arrangements for buses to come from Portland and pick them up. Some passengers wanted to rent cars, and so we have a rental car company, Hertz, here in the airport.
Now, this is video of that same Delta plane leaving yesterday morning, and in December of 2023, a flight out of London headed for Seattle, which tried 3 different approach attempts, was finally diverted to Yakima. They were low on fuel and needed to get out of the air, and the Yakima Air Terminal says they pride themselves on being a prime diversion airport for the entire Northwest, and they take it very seriously.
6:04 in your business news. We've been talking about it a lot. Surging egg prices. They are impacting restaurants and local bakeries, not just across the country, but right here locally. Our very own Layered Cake Artistry in Kennewick is trying to hold off on raising its prices. Now, Conchetta Goluni, the co-owner of Layered Cake Artistry in Tri-Cities, says that these rising costs of eggs is putting a strain on her business. Now, just recently, the bakery did scale back operations, but she says that was a decision made that turned out to be fortunate, as other essential ingredients like butter and chocolate are also seeing price hikes.
I know everybody else is feeling it right now too. I'll eat the costs as long as I can, and adjust when it's absolutely necessary. We might be looking at in the next 3 months having to increase prices.
Goluni also teaches classes on everything from pasta to pastries, and she says those prices might have to increase as well. She says if that happens, it would be the first price increase for her classes in 2 years.
And still so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We've heard from the Trump administration that the president is in charge of Doge, but many have thought that it was Elon Musk running things. Well, to help with that confusion, the administration has named the department's interim administrator. So we have exactly who that person is coming up in just a few minutes.
And giving you that live look outside this morning, courtesy of our friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel over the mighty Columbia there in Richland. We're going to check in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. He's going to have your first alert forecast right after the break.
The President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row has been extended, so there's still time to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last, or score 60 months no interest. But hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row ends soon.
What are you up to, Alice?
Well, the nice mechanic asked me to check the pulleys.
Wow, I just realized you can see things we can't. I've always wondered what's in those small windows.
It's marketing.
So that's where they hide out.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
What does dino casting call mean?
That seems bad.
I'll get my resume ready.
Celebrate Bi-Mart's 70th anniversary during our open house with our latest savings book. MD8 Mega Rolls bath tissue is just $4.99. Prilosec 42-count tablets are $3 off. 7-Up brand 12-packs are buy 2, get 2. Save big on mobile Delvac 15W40 diesel oil. Plus, there's great savings on lawn and garden essentials. You'll see our savings book in your mailbox. During our open house, members and non-members can stop in and save. Bi-Mart, saving the Northwest more since 1955.
Meet the Moore family. They switched from cable internet to Ziply Fiber and got so much more. Mr. Moore got more upload speed for next level gaming and live streaming to the masses. Mason Moore got even more done for his sneaker business, quickly uploading HD product demos and video conferencing without freezing.
Brad, you're on mute.
And now that her family doesn't need her for tech support, Mrs. Moore has more time to stream games into overtime.
Let's go!
Get more of what you love by switching to Ziply Fiber for $65 less per month than cable at ziplyfiber.com.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
The President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress has been extended, so there's still time to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Colorado Twin for only $149.99 or get 60 months no interest and free shipping. But hurry, the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News now, first alert weather.
From Apple Valley News now, first alert weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a temperature tour for this morning. We're going to start off in Kittitas County, 29 in Ellensburg, 29 for Cle Elum, 28 for Snoqualmie Pass, 34 for Vantage. So other than Vantage, all these spots need to break out the ice scraper for this morning. And then up and down the Yakima Valley, it looks like all of us are below freezing. 32 in Grandview, 29 for Toppenish, 29 degrees in Yakima. So the same thing applies when it comes to the ice scraper. And then really the same thing for much of the lower Columbia Basin. We're below freezing for Hanford and for the Tri-Cities and for Mesa and Connell, but technically above freezing for Benton City and Umatilla and Prosser as well. Then in the Blue Foothills, mostly above freezing, 30s and 40s, so a lot of us probably could do without the ice scraper this morning, but not in the Blue Mountains. We're at 20 for Cabbage Hill, 26 in Ukiah, and 31 up at the Battle Mountain Summit off of US 395. Here's your day planner for today. For lower elevations, plenty of sunshine, high temperatures getting up into the 50s. As we'll have highs that'll still be a few degrees technically above average for late February. So we'll end up near 50 in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys and mid to upper 50s in the lower Columbia Basin and in the Blue Foothills. Our weather gets slightly more interesting as we head into this weekend. Nothing that's going to jump off the page, but I'll show you some of those potential impacts into this weekend, and that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
10 minutes after 6, taking a look at your national headlines this morning. The House of Representatives voted to approve a blueprint of a budget plan just last night. This plan will advance President Trump's spending agenda. The vote was 217 in favor to 215 opposed. Only one Republican, Kentucky Congressman Thomas Massie, opposed the bill. Now, this plan could be setting up a battle over Medicaid, as the measure proposes a reduction in health and energy programs over a decade. Now, President Trump says Medicare cuts are off the table, but moderate Republicans say it's hard to make this plan work without affecting Medicaid. Some Democrats note that most seniors in the U.S. and in U.S. nursing homes rely on Medicaid to pay for care. Some Republicans argue that changing Medicaid isn't the same as eliminating its popular programs. Again, the bill represents just framework for right now. The legislation needs to cross a lot of desks before it heads to the Senate for consideration. And a federal judge in Washington, D.C. has indefinitely blocked Trump's order to freeze all federal grants and loans. The judge saying a pause on federal funding was irrational. The judge also agreeing the nonprofits behind the case would have operations disrupted without future funding pauses unless there was additional court intervention. However, those organizations could still face a future funding pause. Just last month, the same judge issued a temporary restraining order just before the freeze was set to take effect, and the government was unable to appeal it. So now the Trump administration has the option to appeal this preliminary injunction. All right, big question a lot of people have. Who is actually in charge of the Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE? Well, just yesterday, the Trump administration tried to clear up some of the confusion. According to a White House official, Amy Gleason is the acting administrator of DOGE. Now, it's unclear how long she's been serving in that role. Gleason has a background in healthcare and previously worked at the U.S. Digital Service. Now, DOGE is not new. Former President Barack Obama created it as a way to use technology to improve how government agencies deliver services to the public. Now, the Elon Musk initiative changed the name to DOGE when the Trump administration took over last month. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we'll check back in with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth to let us know what we can expect for the week, giving you that live look outside this morning over the Columbia River in Richland. It is 12 minutes after 6, and we're back with your full forecast after the break.
Tough loss, Coach. Any words?
They just played a much better game.
Did you say munch?
Sounds like someone's craving my new crispy boneless wings.
Jack, what do you think of today's loss?
Embarrassing. Try my new crispy boneless wings and so much more.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. Hi, I'm renovation expert Scott McGilvery. I know bath remodeling, and I've seen all the gimmicks. Buy now, half off, free installation. This is why I work with Bathfitter. With 40 years of experience and 2 million installs, I trust their integrity. Bathfitter gives you a fair price and sticks to it with a lifetime warranty. You don't need gimmicks, just a partner you can trust. Bathfitter, it just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Good Shepherd provides the most up-to-date orthopedic care available. Our team of experienced board-certified surgeons, physiatrists, and podiatrists are capable of fulfilling your orthopedic needs. Services include precise joint replacements, sports medicine, all orthoscopic shoulder and knee repairs, fracture care, hand surgery, and foot and ankle care. We are here to help you with your pain and maximize your body's performance and function. Good Shepherd Orthopedics in Hermiston. Patients first, always.
Workers and the families of deceased workers who worked at the Hanford site are now eligible for compensation for diseases and illnesses. This may be in addition to compensation already being received. Smart Law will be hosting a Hanford Workers' Compensation educational dinner at their Kennewick office on Thursday, March 20th at 6 p.m. To register, call 509-735-5555. Dinner provided. Smart Law, smart choice.
Know what I'm doing tonight? I'm pouring chocolate all over my new banana French toast sticks. Crispy, fluffy, and just $2.99. What'd you think I was gonna say? Get so much more. Welcome to Jock in the Box.
Weeknights.
Good evening, everybody.
Apple Valley News Now at 5, followed by ABC World News Tonight with David Muir. Then Apple Valley News Now at 6 and 6:30.
New at 6 tonight.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, and Stacey Lee Weather. Apple Valley News Now on your side.
Are you ready for Oscar's biggest morning?
Do you have the envelope?
I thought you had it.
We're only 5 days away from Lives After the Oscars show. And next live, Kate Hudson.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now. Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils, and this camera not shaking nearly as much as what we saw just 24 hours back, as there were some very strong wind gusts in the area. That is not the case for this morning. We're below freezing in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, right around freezing in the lower Columbia Basin, and mostly above freezing in the Blue Foothills. So you might need the ice scraper in the basin or in the valleys, and also that would certainly be a possibility up in the mountains. Wind gusts not totally calm, still gusting out of the south upwards of 20 miles per hour in the Blues, but certainly much calmer as opposed to what we saw just yesterday. So for today, winds mostly gusting out of the south upwards of 20 to 35 miles per hour in the Blues, the Blue Foothills, and also up in the Cascades. Plenty of sunshine for today, and these highs are going to end up mostly in the 40s and 50s. A few degrees above average for this time of the year. And then for tonight, winds still gusting out of the south upwards of 20 to 35 miles per hour for the Blues and for the Cascades. Overnight lows falling down into the 30s, so a good chunk of us are going to have to protect the outdoor pets, the plants, and the plumbing, including in the basin and in the valleys, and of course up in the mountains. Okay, our weather stays overall pretty calm over the next 7 days. We will have these little impulses we'll have to deal with into Saturday and Sunday, another one into Monday and Tuesday. The rainfall and the snowfall projections from these storm systems are not looking that impressive at all, but we will see some gusty winds from one of those storm systems in particular for Sunday and Monday, especially in the Kittitas Valley. That's something we're going to be tracking, but those storm systems not looking as impressive as the sequence of storm systems that we just dealt with. High temperatures staying about 5 degrees above average over the next 7 days, so we'll continue to keep it pretty mild in the Tri-Cities. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Mostly sunny and mild through Saturday, then small rain chances Sunday through Tuesday. In Yakima, dry and mild for the next 7 days, with clouds and breezes picking up Sunday and Monday. In Ellensburg, also a dry forecast, but also staying mild with clouds and winds increasing by Sunday and Monday. In Hermiston, lots of sunshine and mild highs through Saturday, then small rain chances return for Sunday and beyond. Then in Walla Walla, highs in the mid-50s with mostly sunny skies through Saturday, then 20 to 30% shower chances for Sunday through Tuesday. Now you're taking another live look at Pasco. This view coming courtesy of the Dust Devils. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest, where we're always on your side.
They say when you know, you know. That perfect match, the one that feels just right, the one that fits your style, your touch, your soul. At Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos, we believe in love at first note. Whether it's the warmth of an acoustic or the versatility of a digital, the right piano is waiting for you. Play it, feel it, fall for it. Because when the right one comes along, you'll know. Dickerson's Tri-City Pianos. Life's more fun when you know how to play.
The old me was stuck in the daily grind. My routine didn't allow for any self-expression. I found clay, and that changed everything. I realized my calling was to give others the space to be creative, to build something. And that's how Clay Room was born. Having a Chase Ink card has allowed us to grow it and bring people together. There's a creative side in all of us. That's what I hope people come here to find.
Earn up to 5% cash back on business essentials with the Chase Ink Business Cash Card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Throw away your distance and reading glasses. Join Drs. Kopstein and King for a free live webinar this Thursday at noon and find out if RLE is right for you. K2 Vision RLE. No readers, glasses, contacts, or cataracts.
Injured on the road or on the job? Visit FromBackAutumn.com. Gather vital information on your type of injury claim. Chat live about your needs. Even schedule a free consultation. From Back in Autumn. Bulldog Tough.
Start 2025 off right with a custom building from Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds. Cozy up to 10% off custom buildings. Need something right away? Get 20% off all in-stock inventory. It's the perfect time to create the space you've always wanted, with free, fast delivery and quality that'll stand up to the chilliest winter days. Whether it's for storage, hobbies, or just making room for your New Year goals, visit Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds and Sunnyside Shed Company today.
Does cooking feel like a kitchen battle? You need Granite Stone Armor Max, the revolutionary cookware set with 4 durable layers of ultra non-stick. So slick, virtually nothing sticks. No oil or butter needed. You can get the Granite Stone Armor Max set for just 4 easy payments of $39.99. We'll include this razor-sharp knife set and deep steam and fry pan set, yours absolutely free. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. Order now.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, we're of course talking about the Oscars, which are on Sunday, and there's actually a new host this year.
Yes, for the first time ever, Conan O'Brien will host the 97th Academy Awards, and the comedian is of course preparing for his big role.
O'Brien is succeeding Jimmy Kimmel after Kimmel hosted 2 back-to-back award shows. ABC's Melissa Adon has a look at what we can expect from the host.
The 97th Academy Awards introducing a new host.
I've been handed an Oscar.
Comedian Conan O'Brien set to host the Oscars and already making jokes.
Host. Oh, I'm hosting?
Yes.
I'm an Oscar host?
Exactly.
Oh, but do I still get to keep the Oscar?
No.
For the first time, the 61-year-old, best known for hosting his late-night show, will take on Hollywood's biggest night.
I think it's been 3 years since I stopped doing my late-night show, and I've been saying yes to things. It's been this time of yes.
This affirmation coming after former Oscars host Jimmy Kimmel stepped down from his hosting duties.
It's a tricky show. It's a tricky time. I'm going to give it my best shot, and if it doesn't work out, you will never see me again. You will never, ever see me again. And that's something America can look forward to. There are a lot of people out there rooting for this not to go well.
The comedian and TV host has emceed many award shows, including the Emmys in 2002 and 2006. But this show is different.
But the Oscars, it's the pinnacle. It's the one that you most look up to. It's the one you dream about hosting when you're a child. So it has great meaning for me to host the Oscars, as long as the pay is good.
Along with jokes, O'Brien says the show will be sensitive amid the ongoing recovery and relief efforts from the Los Angeles wildfires.
LA has just been through this traumatic experience. There's a lot that's happening nationally that people are very tense about. It changes day to day. And so my job right now with my writers is to create possibilities.
Possibilities the Academy says they are thrilled by. The Academy saying his brilliant humor, his love of movies, and his live TV expertise will bring viewers together. Melissa Adon, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Should be entertaining.
He cracks me up. I'm glad he's hosting.
I know. I think it'll be
liked
good.
Kimmel too, though.
Are you a fan of Conan?
Of Conan? Oh yeah, I thought he got like totally hosed out of the Tonight Show, and I'm still mad at Jay Leno about it. So that one's for you, Jay.
Well, he's living his childhood dreams, hosting the Oscars on Sunday. And we've got our genuine Oscar coffee mug as well, as we are inviting you to celebrate the Oscars with us right here on ABC and Apple Valley News Now. And we have a look at Sunday's schedule.
After a special early edition of news, there will be a red carpet coverage starting at 3:30, and then the Oscars start at 4, and then at 7:30 there will be a special American Idol episode, but followed by an encore presentation of the Oscars at 8 if you missed the earlier one.
It's Oscars Sunday on ABC and Apple Valley News Now, so plan to spend it with us and celebrate the movies.
And then, of course, wake up with us on Monday morning to catch our recap of the awards right here on Good Morning Northwest.
Where Josh is going to critique all the fashions from the night.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this.
Gonna have big thoughts on that.
Big fashion thoughts. Okay, well, last night the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences held an Oscar orientation for the nominees of the 97th Oscars.
So the evening included a cocktail reception and private dinner, and also the annual nominee class photo, which you can see on your screen right now.
Girls right down there at the bottom.
Ariana Grande, yes, and Cynthia. I say that like I know them.
I do, because we're friends with them, clearly.
First name basis. Right?
Exactly.
Well, nearly every nominee was there, and this event is usually a luncheon that's held about a month earlier, but that was scrubbed because of the California wildfires.
I can kind of see, Stone should have took off, our director should have took off the...
So you could really see that bottom row.
I know.
That's where our friends were.
I know, we know them.
Yeah.
First name basis,
absolutely.
We go get lunch,
It's fine.
Yeah.
We sing their songs.
Exactly.
Maybe that will
They sing
them,
it, better.
Right, yeah, it's fine. All right, so much for ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We're talking about the city of Richland. They hired a consulting firm to help improve their communications with the public, but now residents are questioning that hire.
And residents are saying they agreed to some things without public discussion. But we have the details coming up in our next half hour. And Josh, a little hint on that 3-degree guarantee.
I won, so I'll show you what the jackpot's at. That's going to be coming up on the other side of the break.
Discover Walla Walla Wine, where exceptional terroir meets unforgettable experiences. Delight in renowned varietals amidst breathtaking vineyards. Join us in crafting memorable moments. Connect with us at wallawallawine.com.
Spring clean for a cause. With fresh leadership, Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity store is ready to make an even bigger impact. Join us and Century 21, Piton Wealth, and PG Long for our Fill a Truck event on March 7th and 8th. Donate furniture, appliances, decor, anything to help furnish a home. And for every donation or purchase, you'll be entered to win a gift basket. Enjoy free fries, fun, and the chance to change lives. Visit the Tri-County Partners Habitat for Humanity store in Richland. Your donation builds homes.
It's not easy being Mariano Morales' horse. He needs to ride to clients all the time. He does take care of them. He gets the insurance company to pay for medical bills, car repairs, even money for pain and suffering. Looks like it's going to be another busy day. Better get warmed up. After all, I am his best friend.
Hurt in a car wreck? Give me a call.
Big or small, we work them all.
I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the heavy hitter.
The heavy hitter is one for you. Call 853-2222.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off, plus a free thermostat on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Prepare yourselves for a non-stop party of live music, dancing, and fantasy that will excite your senses and leave you breathless. The Chippendales All Night Long World Tour. Saturday, March 29th, Legends Casino Hotel. Grab your squad and break away from your everyday for a night at Chippendales. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com and Legends Gift Shop. The Chippendales All Night Long World Tour.
Too busy being busy? Then it's about time you got lazy.
real lazy, and shop the brands that invented truly comfortable furniture. So kick your feet up, because Lazy Boy is now at Furniture Row. Browse and browse in our collection of stylish and customizable recliners and sofas, and experience the durability and relaxation you've come to expect from Lazy Boy. Plus, unwind guilt-free with special no-interest financing. Here's to doing less in some well-deserved comfort with the Lazy Boy collection, now at Furniture Row.
Discover Walla Walla Wine, where exceptional terroir meets unforgettable experiences. Delight in renowned varietals amidst breathtaking vineyards. Join us in crafting memorable moments. Connect with us at wallawallawine.com.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us and joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
I'm Josh Colbert.
All right, Josh, you said that you won the 3-degree guarantee and you hit the nail right on the head, right?
Yeah,
That's more than winning.
Yeah, I'm being very braggadocious this morning. I really need to keep it all in check. But yes, we did win yesterday. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 3-degree guarantee sponsored by friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. I went with the forecast high of 57 yesterday in Pasco, and what do you know, verified right at 57. So the jackpot grew to $75. And so for today, I'm going with the forecast high 56 in Pasco. So if it verifies between 53 to 59, the jackpot's going to go up to $100. But if that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to AppleValleyNewsNow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code, and that is on your screen. Now what's on your screen is a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal, and this camera not shaking at all, in stark contrast to what we just saw 24 hours back with a lot of strong wind gusts. We'll get to the wind gust here in just a second, but first, temperatures in the 20s and 30s in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, around freezing in the lower Columbia Basin, mostly above freezing in the Blue Foothills. So you might need the ice scraper in the basin, the valleys, and of course in the mountains where we're in the 20s. Turns out I don't have the wind gust graphic, but just know they're gusting out of the south upwards of 20 miles per hour in the southern blues. Elsewhere, the wind gusts are looking pretty light for this morning. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast for today for the Tri-Cities. Lots of sunshine, highs ending up in the mid-50s. So for today, we're going to end up around 50 in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, but mid to upper 50s in the basin and in the foothills. Again, lots of sunshine, a very nice day for late February. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We'll have a retrospective look back at some of the rainfall and the snowfall we had, and what that ended up doing to our seasonal surpluses and deficits. So all that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting off this half hour with news out of Richland, the city hired a consulting firm last fall to help them improve their communications with the public. But some residents are questioning the hire, saying the city has increased the amount they agreed to pay. They agreed to pay that consulting firm, that is, without public discussion. Our very own Emily Goodell has more.
With the limited information presented at the meeting, I dug into council documents and meeting videos and reached out to the city to ask more about where that money is going.
Resolution number 2025-25, authorizing amendment number 2 to the consultant agreement with Trippepi Smith and Associates.
That's all the public heard about the contract amendment in that meeting. Some confusion over the agenda packet, citing different project phases and separate documents. But the city providing clarification by email, saying the $90,295 in the original contract signed last fall for Trippepi Smith to come up with a citywide strategic communications and engagement plan.
We're always looking for something to add and go from good to great.
The next step in that process, a virtual community workshop Thursday from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. over Zoom.
The goal is to share insights on what we've seen through our communications assessment and then have an open conversation with the public.
The city now asking for Trippepi Smith's help on how to keep the public informed on another project.
We did amend the contract for Trippepi Smith to also include public relations support for the downtown connectivity project.
The first amendment to the contract last month, adding $44,000 for Phase 1A. The second, adding $30,000 for Phase 1B and $50,000 for Phase 2, which lasts until the end of 2027.
Making sure that there aren't any surprises in the community, and you would have to actually try and avoid getting any information to not know what's going on.
Altogether, bringing the total cost of the contract up to $214,295.
City officials have clarified that Thursday's workshop is an opportunity for the public to engage with the consulting firm about what they want for the city's communication strategy moving forward, and that it won't be run by the City Council. Reporting from the Acoma Newsroom, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
6:33 from the city of Richland now to the city of Pasco, where the search for an attorney has come to an end for now. At Pasco's special city council meeting, the city's interim city manager says he recommends the council continue working with Kerr Ferguson Law for the city's legal counseling services. KFL has provided over a decade of legal counseling services to the city of Pasco, and the Pasco City Council is weighing their options.
I would move to direct the city manager to accept rescission of the notice of termination previously received from Kerr Ferguson Law, PLLC.
Okay. Oh, whoops, turning my mic off. Got a motion by Mr. Milne, a second by Ms. Blaisdell. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed, say nay. Passes unanimously.
Now, the city will continue to work with KFL until September of 2026. The city of Pasco is also looking to have a new city manager in place by July or August of this year.
Now, a local nonprofit is making a big difference by creating job opportunities for people on the autism spectrum. Spectrum Studios is helping bridge the employment gap right here in our community. Inside Spectrum Studios, you'll find 2 meeting areas, classrooms, and a do-it-yourself photography space that's available for rent. They also offer video studios open to everybody and a digital photo lab for processing pictures. But more than just a studio, it's a place where every purchase and visit supports jobs for individuals on the autism spectrum.
The need is great, especially here in the Tri-Cities, because there is no program designed to address the issue that we're talking about. In fact, we are the only nonprofit focusing on autism that has a physical location that's working specifically, again, with those on the autism spectrum.
And there is more. Spectrum Studios is launching a brand new program, and our very own Dan Hansen got the exclusive details. You can catch that report tonight on Apple Valley News Now at 5 and 6.
Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A local student athlete making history at her school after becoming their first female state champ. We have her story coming up.
But first, Josh Colbert will have what you can expect weather-wise in that forecast today. He'll be right back with that after this short break.
Early warnings, accurate forecasts.
Apple Valley News Now, first alert weather.
Broadmoor RV's President's Day sale is here, happening all month long. Buy any RV in February and get a gold starter kit, a $350 value, free. We deliver better people, better service, and better prices. Rediscover the joy of camping and start your next adventure. Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun again.
This tax season, you can relax. There's no tax. Walker's Furniture is covering the sales tax for you. For a limited time, we're doubling down on discounts. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big, so you can get the tax break you need and a deal you'll love. Plus, with no money down special financing, you can create the home of your dreams now and pay over time. This week at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Born in 1947, dedicated to our heroes. 78 years later, we honor that legacy with a bold new chapter. Prosser Memorial Health has opened the doors to its new state-of-the-art hospital, designed with you in mind. This is how we care.
A new year and a new adventure with the perfect Chevy to take you anywhere. With pure power unleashed and future-forward technology. Because every mile matters and every path leads to new possibilities. Get $3,250 total cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, current Chevy owners get an additional $2,500 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your community Chevy dealers.
Weeknights.
Good evening, everybody.
Apple Valley News Now at 5, followed by ABC World News Tonight with David Muir. Then Apple Valley News Now at 6 and 6:30.
New at 6 tonight.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, and Stacey Lee Weather. Apple Valley News Now, on your side.
Are you ready for Oscar's biggest morning?
Do you have the envelope?
I thought you had it.
We're only 5 days away from Live After the Oscars show. And next live, Kate Hudson.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take a look at our seasonal rainfall deficits and surpluses and how they changed over the span of the past few days from Friday through Tuesday with all the rainfall that moved through here. And you can see we had improvements to our surpluses in the Kittitas Valley and the Yakima Valley in the Lower Columbia Basin by about 3 to 5 percentage points, but we had a much better improvement in the Blue Foothills, about a 9% improvement, and flipping our seasonal rainfall deficit to a surplus. We've kind of been going back and forth in the foothills now over the past couple of months when it comes to that. Then in terms of seasonal snowfall deficits and surpluses, we didn't see any improvements at all in the Umatilla Basin or the Walla Walla Basin. In fact, our surpluses actually dwindled during that time, but for Cascade basins, the Upper Yakima and the Natchez Basin, we saw an 8% improvement to the surplus in the Natchez Basin, and we saw a 4% improvement to the deficit in the Upper Yakima Basin. So we still have some work to do up that way, but the numbers did improve. All right, here's your zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast in Kittitas County. Highs getting up into the 40s and 50s. Winds gusting out of the south and east upwards of 25 miles per hour in the Cascades. Light winds in the Kittitas Valley, but in the Yakima Valley, we'll also see light winds, but more sunshine as opposed to the Kittitas Valley. These highs getting into the low to mid 50s in the Lower Columbia Basin. Also lots of sun. Highs mostly in the mid 50s and then mid to upper 50s in the Blue Foothills, and in the Blue Mountains will be in the 40s and 50s. And the winds here a little bit breezy to gusty between 20 to 30 miles per hour. Our weather turns a little bit more active as we head into this week, and I'll tell you what that's all about coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks so much, Josh. 6:41, and history is being made over at Sunnyside High School. They now have their first ever Lady Grizzly to be state champion. Danica Torres is a junior at Sunnyside and brought back the state champion title in wrestling for her weight division over the weekend. Her wrestling journey started about 4 years ago, and Torres says seeing her brother go through state and win his junior year also inspired her to be a state champion during her junior year as well. Torres says she now hopes to inspire other girls.
I feel like just the fact that I was able to do it shows them that they could do it too. They could do more than what I did, and maybe we'll have like a 4-time state champ like in the next coming years, just because like now it's shown, like I've proven that like it's attainable. Like you can get it. It's not a faraway goal.
Torres says that her work as a student athlete isn't over. She's currently soaking in the wind, but is also getting ready to regain her title next year as a senior. And she's also working to complete her associate's degree. Congrats to her. 6:42 still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. We have your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning, and giving you that live look outside courtesy of Yakima Federal. Over Kennewick this morning, Josh will be back with your full first alert forecast after the break.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
I'm a real wild one.
Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 for just $299 a month for 36 months, plus 2 years free maintenance. Only your local Ford dealer.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing Neurostim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At Neurostim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through March 31st, receive rebates up to $1,300 off, plus a free thermostat on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Our business is changing lives through the power of work. I work out here to help customers with donations, greet them and thank them. That's what I do. I got 2 Spirit Awards of recognitions. When I retire here, I will say goodbye to the store and they will honor me probably and might put a nice plaque on the wall that I worked for many years. I like it here. I'm in a better place at Goodwill. I really like the administration here, so that's excellent for me.
Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Hit by a big truck? I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by As You Wish Real Estate Services. Christine Connolly, Realtor.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Right now you're taking a live look at Kennewick. This view coming courtesy of Yakima Federal. And again, what I've been saying all morning is that the camera not shaking at all this morning as opposed to how it was really shaking just 24 hours back. More on the wind gust in a second. First, temperatures this morning were below freezing in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys. We're right around freezing in the lower Columbia Basin, mostly above freezing in the Blue Foothills. So you might need the ice scraper here in the basin. You might need it in the valleys, and you also might need it up in the higher terrain of the Cascades and Blues, where we're down into the 20s for this morning. Winds gusting out of the south upwards of 25 miles per hour for the Battle Mountain Summit in southern Umatilla County off of US 395, but elsewhere winds much lighter as opposed to what we were tracking just 24 hours back. So for today, it'll still be a little breezy / windy up in the mountains, winds gusting out of the south between 20 to 35 miles per hour for the Blues, the Blue Foothills, and up into the Cascades. Highs today getting up into the 40s and 50s, just kind of depending on your microclimate, but in general will be a few degrees above average for this time of the year. Lots of sunshine out there. And then for tonight, still a bit windy or breezy for the Cascades and Blues, winds gusting out of the south between 20 to 35 miles per hour. But other than that, mostly clear skies, overnight lows falling down into the 30s, so you might have to protect the outdoor pets, plants, and the plumbing. Across the map, you might be okay for portions of the Blue Foothills, as it will be a little bit warmer there. Will continue to be mostly dry through Saturday, then some small shower chances Sunday through Tuesday. These storm systems not looking like they'll be very wet or wintry in particular, but the winds could be blustery, especially in the Kittitas Valley for Sunday and Monday. High temperatures staying about 5 degrees above average over the next 7 days in the Tri-Cities, so we'll continue to keep it very mild for late February and early March. Here's the 7-day forecast in the Tri-Cities. Mostly sunny and mild through Saturday, then small rain chances Sunday through Tuesday. In Yakima, dry and mild for the next 7 days, with clouds and breezes picking up Sunday and Monday. In Ellensburg, also a dry forecast, but also staying mild with clouds and winds increasing by Sunday and Monday. In Hermiston, lots of sunshine and mild highs through Saturday, then small rain chances return for Sunday and beyond. Then in Walla Walla, highs in the mid-50s with mostly sunny skies through Saturday, then 20 to 30% shower chances for Sunday through Tuesday. Now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, one-on-one with host of the 97th Academy Awards, Conan O'Brien.
Here we are 4 days out.
4 days to go, no pressure. I mean, there's a ton of pressure, but I don't feel it because I take a lot of different medications. And so I don't feel anything right now.
It's O'Brien's first time hosting the Oscars, and he's telling GMA's Lara Spencer how he's preparing for the big night.
Are you going to sing or dance, yes or no?
You never know with Conan. I'm like Anne Margaret. I'm a triple threat. I can sing, I can dance, I can do close-up magic. I'm a contortionist. You don't know what I'm going to do.
No.
Anything can happen at any time.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of Lara's interview with Conan O'Brien, and you can see the 97th Academy Awards right here on ABC this Sunday night. With your GMA First Look, I'm Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
For people who feel limited by the unpredictability of generalized myasthenia gravis, season to season, Ultomiris is continuous symptom control with improvement in activities of daily living and reduced muscle weakness. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with the freedom of just 6 to 7 infusions per year for a predictable routine I can count on.
Ultomiris may lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious meningococcal and other infections which may become life-threatening or fatal. Complete or update meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before you start. If treatment is urgent and you're not vaccinated, you should receive antibiotics with your vaccines. Don't start if you have a meningococcal infection. Infusion reactions may include back, belly, limb, or chest pain, muscle spasms, blood pressure changes, tiredness, shaking chills, bad taste, breathing problems, or face, tongue, or throat swelling. Ultomiris is continuous symptom control. Ask your neurologist about starting Ultomiris.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is now 6:50. It's time for your morning sprint. We're going to start off in your national headlines. It was a close call at Chicago's Midway Airport as a Southwest Airlines plane avoided a collision with a private jet. According to officials, the flight crew was forced to perform a go-around in order to prevent a crash. A spokesperson for Southwest says the flight was able to land on the runway without incident.
President Donald Trump is holding his first cabinet meeting of his second term today. Elon Musk will be in attendance as well. According to White House officials, this gathering is intended to touch base and ensure Trump's federal agency heads are going in the right direction. Also on the president's agenda for the week, a possible meeting with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky on Friday.
In your business news, if you're planning a cruise, there are new age restrictions for young travelers. Carnival Cruise Line and Royal Caribbean have new policies in effect. Passengers are required to be 21 years old to sail on their own for trips leaving the U.S. Passengers under 21 must travel with a relative or guardian that's 25 or older. Guests who are 21 to 24 years old can travel with children that are minors, and Royal Caribbean mandates a guest under 21 must stay in the same room as an adult 21 years or older.
An online education company suing Google over artificial intelligence. Chegg is a company that provides students with homework help and test answers. It relies heavily on Google to send internet users to its site when they ask questions. But now that the search engine incorporates AI into its search, it can provide answers on its own page. Chegg claims Google forced it to supply proprietary content to be included in those results. Google says the claim is meritless and claims its AI overviews send traffic to more sites.
In your health headlines, Medicaid could be affected after the House of Representatives approved a budget framework plan last night. The measure proposes a reduction in health and energy programs over a decade, and some say it's difficult to make this work without affecting Medicaid, and some say changing Medicaid isn't the same as eliminating its popular programs. The bill is just a framework right now, and many House committees will work on the details before it can be sent to the Senate.
In your sports headlines, Seattle Kraken take the L against the St. Louis Blues 2-7 last night. Next up for the boys, they take on the Vancouver Canucks on Saturday in Seattle at Climate Pledge.
And the Dallas Mavericks faced off against the LA Lakers last night, and it was the first time that Luka Doncic played against his former team since being traded 3 weeks ago. It was a trade that sent shockwaves through the NBA, and fans were excited to see the star win the game 107-99. Luka finished with 19 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists, also notching his first triple-double with the Lakers.
That's your boy. That's my boy. I miss him. All right, here's your top local stories that you need to know as you head out the door. The city of Pasco's search for an attorney has come to an end for now. At this week's city council meeting, the interim city manager recommended they continue working with Kerr Ferguson Law until September of 2026. Also, the city is looking to have a new city manager in position this July or August.
The Board of Yakima County Commissioners have approved a resolution to keep natural gas available for property owners. This will be effective on Monday, March 3rd, and it'll allow residents and businesses to continue using natural gas without restrictions or penalties. The board also says this allows for easier permits and lower costs.
Well, surging egg prices are hitting local bakeries. We talked to the co-owner of Layered Cake Artistry in Kennewick, and she says the rising cost of eggs is putting a strain on her business, and the fact that other essential ingredients like butter and chocolate are also seeing price hikes. Now, her goal is to avoid increasing prices for as long as she can, but she thinks that she might have to within the next 3 months. She also teaches cooking and baking classes at the bakery, and she says prices for those classes might have to increase also, which would be the first time that she's done that in 2 years.
The city of Mabton has been without a full-time city treasurer for over 6 months, but at this week's city council meeting, a resolution to approve hiring someone was on the table, but also on the table were tempers as one person was kicked out, with others upset about the city's water issues. And we'll have a complete breakdown on what happened at the meeting right here on Good Morning Northwest tomorrow.
A local nonprofit Spectrum Studios is launching a new program to help create job opportunities for people in our community that are on the autism spectrum. The studio has 2 meeting rooms, classrooms, and a do-it-yourself photography space that's all available for rent. They also offer a video studio and a digital photo lab to process pictures. We'll have more on this new program tonight right here on Apple Valley News Now at 5 and 6.
And trending this morning, it's still a love story between the NFL and Taylor Swift.
I didn't think we were going to have to talk about this for a while, but here we are. Why, you ask? Well, according to Apex Marketing, the pop superstar brought in $1 billion worth of publicity to the sport of football.
And that is why we're talking about it.
There's never a bad time to talk about Taylor Swift, Jade. What are you talking about?
You know.
The firm tracked how often Swift and the NFL were mentioned since her game day debut back in 2023.
So the launch of her relationship with Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce, as well as her record-breaking Eras tour, amplified the media exposure.
But the season, of course, ended a few weeks ago, so interest has dwindled a bit.
Yeah,
but
the numbers just came out, and they just said, hey, she's, bringing all that money. Yeah.
And that's probably what got you into football over the last couple of years, Taylor Swift.
Not really. I still am not into football.
Still not doing it.
Yeah.
Not even that would.
Yeah.
Not even Taylor.
Bring her over to the dark
Can
side.
get her in.
Yeah.
I know. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I don't know what would do it. I guess if I'm going to a game, cool. But watching it, no.
Yeah.
What if like Ariana Grande dated
Yes.
like George Kittle or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
All in.
That'll do it. We found it.
What about you? What would bring you back to the NFL? Because you're a college guy.
Marching bands, like bands up in the stands, kind of providing a soundtrack to the game. That's what makes college so special. And I was in marching band.
There you go.
So I'm a little biased.
Wait, what instrument do you play?
I played the trombone. Let's not talk about it.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Okay.
We'll be talking. We can get to the weather, but we will be talking about that.
We have to talk about the wind gusts right now. Let's go ahead and get into that. All right, they're gusting out of the south upwards of 25 miles per hour in southern Umatilla County. Definitely not as strong as what we were seeing just 24 hours back. Temperatures around freezing in the Kittitas and Yakima valleys, the same thing in the lower Columbia Basin, so you might need an ice scraper in some of those microclimates. A little bit later today, highs getting up into the 40s and 50s, lots of sunshine, a very nice day for late February. We'll have more weather like this into this weekend. Small chances of mountain snow Sunday through Tuesday, but overall pretty mild for the next week.
And thank you guys for watching. You can always find updates on our website. That's applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Good Morning America is next, and we'll be back with your local news and weather tonight at 5.
Have a great day.